Evaluating current state. The 2016 National Technology Education Plan from the Department of Education's purpose is to create a plan for schools and districts that would redesign teacher prep programs, adopt high-quality, openly licensed educational materials, implement universal design principles, improve technology-based assessments, and establish a robust technology infrastructure. The U.S. Department of Education calls for technology to be embraced and advanced by educators so students may explore, experience, and gain the skills they need to excel in a technologically driven world. Teaching without the tools that are used all around students in everyday life outside of school hinder the students' learning because students are already used to a paradigm of technology. Restaurants, car dealerships, and many private schools use technology-driven platforms to operate. Why don't schools? iPads are no longer a special device. iPads are now ubiquitous with how we operate. iPads are no longer a special device. iPads are now a technology that's been adopted and utilized in the private sector, and public schools must teach their students the technological skills to be successful in this rapidly changing world. The vision for the 2016 National Technology Education Plan is to create a nationwide community across the U.S. of educators that are sharing best practices to provide equity, access, and availability all of the time for learners, and to bring together leaders in education who will work collaboratively to provide an equitable technological experience for students. The school leaders from 17 states, from California all the way to New Hampshire, have already signed on to participate as future-ready schools. They're committed to changing the old paradigm of education to a technological paradigm that allows students to be immersed within how the new real world will operate. Furthermore, students will be able to gain access, collaborate, have a personalized learning experience, and assessments that are more engaging and faster to evaluate, especially for teachers. Students will have access right away to those feedbacks and assessments. Within learning, the National Education Plan states that learning is empowering and engaging through technology. This broad scope statement can be pointedly proven when we look to how social and emotional skills can be taught with online software such as Touch and Learn Emotions or the Social Emotional Train. A socially emotionally balanced classroom leads to a calmer environment for all students and for areas that encompass project-based learning, maker spaces, and collaboration through technology within the classroom. Being able to have social emotional support within the classroom, other than programs like PACS, is a great way for students to get in touch with their social emotional learning. According to the article Social and Emotional Learning Research Review, self-regulation, the ability to control and manage thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, has been linked to academic achievement in numerous studies. Students who are more self-aware and confident about their learning capacities try harder and persist in the face of challenges. Vega 2012. In our school, we have instituted a pro-social behavior system called PACS. This program has looked into many of the traumas that cause a student to act out and stray from their path of learning. PACS calls for teachers and students to offer toodles of kindness, As we look at teaching practices, teachers and students co-learn together with technology using critical thinking skills developed during project-based learning. As we look at this slide, we see that there's a teacher in the front and students sitting at their desks with iPads. They're all engaged, but at some point, this teacher had to learn this project through peers in an educational setting, causing his critical thinking skills to grow too. Did he teach his peers how to do this? Did he bring this from college? As we look at 21st century learning skills, according to the International Society for Technology, ISTE, transforming education requires us to rethink how we teach and how we learn. Technology is in our lives and educators must access it as we need to continue to grow. We need to continue to become co-learners with our students and with our peers as teachers by building new experiences for deeper exploration of content. Teachers need to participate in teacher-led professional developments. They need to become more digitally literate and align education with ISTE standards to teach their students skills to compete in a global economy. Along with these skills, we can see teachers, new teachers, older teachers, working together to learn new and deeper understandings of 21st century. But how will teachers know what direction to go in without the proper leadership? School district leaders set a clear vision for the future of technology in schools by empowering people, inspiring people, leading change with a shared vision. In a school district, leaders in the district should set a clear vision for the teachers to gain an understanding where the district is planning on changing, how it is changing, and how teachers can continue to educate themselves and grow in a 21st century learning environment. The ConnectEd initiative states that the initiative sets clear goals to transition to digital learning, including preparing teachers to use technology effectively to improve student learning, upgrading internet connectivity, and providing access to educational devices and digital content. That was back in 2014. Teachers need to access this information, educate each other through collaboration, and begin to use and add to openly licensed content to support the national agenda of educating the nation's students in an equitable way. As we do this, we need to have a clear vision. And right now, my school district vision is not very clear. As I've been taking this course, I've wondered, what is the vision? As I've participated in a few district-led professional developments, I've heard that there is some disorganization and that job assignments are unclear, such as who's responsible to assign teachers their passwords for district-enabled software, leaving many teachers unable to access different software, including myself. I would recommend that my district take the time to organize, compile, hire, and execute a vision so the teachers may equip themselves according to the National Technology Education Plan, ConnectEd in ISTE. I know there is a transition happening, but it is not smooth. Again, we need to remember people plus purpose plus productivity equals action. As for assessments using technology, if we look at the assessments, both informal and formal, they're vital to student understanding and growth. With technology, teachers can assess their students not only often, but in real time, allowing for immediate student growth. Furthermore, assessments can be adaptive, tailoring themselves to a student's understanding, and it tests them appropriately automatically. This immediate data on a student's learning helps teachers to tailor their teaching to meet personalized learning needs. If we look at the traditional assessment in the slide above, we see that at the beginning there is no pre-assessment. There's just a chapter quiz at the end. But if we look at the authentic assessment, we see that there's pre-reading, discussion post, discussion response, and finally a chapter test at the end of the assessment. As we can see, assessments that are adaptive are very helpful, and assessments are more engaging in technology, and they offer real-time feedback. At my son's private middle school, they participate in MAP testing. It's a software program and assessment tool for schools and teachers. It allows students to be measured and assessed in a number of ways. According to MAP Growth creates a personalized learning assessment experience that accurately measures performance. MAP Growth 2018. With the assessments being taken in the spring and the fall, teachers have the opportunity to measure growth at 2 points in the school year. This gives teachers the opportunity to see the students' strengths, weaknesses, and pinpoint when students lose knowledge, like the summertime. The test is also adaptive and measures a student in congruence with their knowledge in learning. In my first grade class, I am using ABC Mouse for ELL students and RAS Kids for my whole class. I can measure reading and comprehension growth, which are very valuable tools along with my traditional assessments. I would recommend that my school utilize using the Expressions Curriculum online student assessment tools as a PLC. We are working to teach and assess in the same ways through collaboration. We need to work together to institute the use of online tools that we already own. As we look at infrastructure and the digital citizenship of our students, while my district lacks the devices to be a truly connected district, I still see plenty of technology being utilized, even in lower grades of 4th and 5th grade, i.e. of their cell phones. These students are still forming their identities and egos. Students can make mistakes without the proper support and guidance. They can harm themselves, they can harm others, and as we know, it never comes off the web. So just like students need social and emotional guidance, digital citizenship is definitely connected to that skill due to social media. I would recommend that my district institute a course on digital literacy that meets the needs of each grade level. A great software would be something like Common Sense Education. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something.